opens up for the Darius to do, or sorry, the Garen to do what he wants anyways. So
Yeah, zoom in with the slicing maelstrom. You can't run away from the cannon if he's boosted by time travel, right? So as we get onto the Rift for our last stream game for the day, hope everyone in the chat is having a good viewing experience and get hyped for what will be hopefully a banger between two very unorthodox, let's say, team comps.
yeah, not not the most expected. They, they've got cohesion in the sense that they all want to go in all the time, uh,
They
except for
want to
maybe
throw
Sid.
hands, and that is the only idea they want to live by. But
Yeah.
yeah, Tattoo Potato, if you're, let's say, why don't we start with F Word since they are lower in the standings? What does F Word need to do in this early game to really set them up for success?
Well, first of all, this is looks like it's going to be a Garen mid,
Oh,
um,
okay.
which is not what I was expecting. So that's going to change what I was going to say. I think that they have a winning top lane matchup with Darius versus Kennen. The Kennen definitely should win that matchup. I don't know how Garen versus Orianna goes, but I suspect that. Oh no! Actually, we've
I'm
got the
not sure
double
what's going
swap
on, but
here.
Magician has seemed to swap to the top lane, so it's a reverse solo lane here as our mid laners are going top and our top laners are going mid.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess let's talk about the expected lane matchups. I think Kennen's a little unhappy with this. Orianna is pretty good in the early levels with her Clockwork Wind-Up passive. We're seeing good push from the bottom lane coming out of Riftwalkers. But if I am Whale Riders, I think you kind of just want to do nothing in the early
Yeah,
game,
fair
and you
enough.
want to show up to maybe Dragon 2 and get Viego some resets and win a fight off that.
Correct. It's going to be important for them to kind of get their carries into places they need. I think, from what I understand of the top lane matchup, is Orianna, like you said, outranges, and I think Garen actually loses out a lot of the early levels against the Darius because he just doesn't have the effective range to poke out the Darius, and Darius always has a guaranteed decimate on him. So it'll be interesting to see how the mid/top lane goes as LeChacha's getting aggressive, hits the Tangle Barbs, but Crexon's not really in a place to fire back as we see some great trading back from Ogmush.
Yeah, we saw Crexon sort of miss their Q through the minions there. I think they were trying to Q through to hit the Zillion, but unfortunately wasn't able to make that happen. They're still trading pretty effectively, pushing the wave, which I think is what's supposed to happen against a Zillion early game.
Yeah.
If you're Nico especially. So I think this is sort of expected. Oh.
Yep, items are curious as we
Oh,
see
okay,
things
so
changing
yeah.
around.
Oh,
Guol
we've
has to
got
flash out of his own jungle. Guol's getting jumped on by 3. Oh, a nice stun coming
big
on the
stun.
Guol, but Guol is taken so low. He tries to get the Spectral all out, but he gets killed by LeChacha. No Spectral Maw for you, my friend. He uses the flash, but he still gets killed in his own jungle. An absolute terrifying early game from Riftwalkers as they just run through the jungle of F-Word.
Yeah, this is exactly what Riftwalkers needs to do, because as we talked about, the clear speed on Zed just being significantly higher than the clear speed on Viego, they need to make those plays. They're going to get double scuttle crabbed here. And yeah, it got pointed out to us just a second ago. I didn't even notice that there are 2 support items on Riftwalkers. I
Huh.
thought that was like Giga nerf.
Oh, I'm
I'm
not
curious as
sure
to
what
strategy.
really happened there, but I feel like it may be possibly be a visual bug, but it's possible that they both actually have it. I haven't been paying attention to the farm, but
Yeah.
yeah, possibly 2 World Atlases on the team of Riftwalkers, but it seems like it's working out okay. They're keeping up in EXP, and they're, pretty even in the lane. Oh, we see Madman going in, gets the Lightning Rush, gets the Mark of the Storm, gets the stun off. Guo hits the Spectral Maw. Magician's taking damage, but it's not enough. Has to burn the Flash. I think he was pretty safe there, even if he didn't Flash due to the low early game damage, but he uses it just in case to get out. A nice look from Guo to bounce back after getting invaded. But yeah, hopefully the Madman on his cannon can make the lead back for the CS.
Yeah, I do think that that Viego gank would have killed if he didn't flash, especially because Kennen does still have flash, and would have been able to make something happen like a flash auto or something like that. But either way, Flash is down. Orion is vulnerable.
Oh, we see Lacombe Fit on his Darius just chunking out Sean. Sean has the
Ooh,
flash. He flash follow with the Decimate as Lacombe Fit gets a solo kill. A beautiful flash follow with the Decimate gets the fully stacked bleed onto the Garen. There's nowhere for him to run. In this fight, it looks like Noxus beats Demacia as Lacombe Fit is kind of positioned to have a great game once again. Oh, Guo just misses the stun to cancel the recall.
Yeah, I think Sean flashed a little bit early, and just kind of hoped that Darius wouldn't flash after, because he did give him kind of plenty of time to do the follow flash. But was still really well played by the Darius, getting that solo kill in the mid lane.
Yeah, and now we're seeing that a bit of an early lead, already 1k gold advantage for Team Riftwalkers, as I think Lacombe is just going to want to take every scrap he can get. He's bullying out Sean in these trades. He gets the fully stacked passive again. He gets the crippling strike. Sean is taken so low. Can he get the dunk? Oh my god, the dunk hits. He gets another Decimate just to finish him off as the Demacian Justice can't go through. A third kill, claiming feat of warfare for Lacombe Fit as he's breaking down the first turret plates. He is having a pop-off game already.
Yeah, Darius is showing us why he got his gold medal. You know, mid lane or top lane.
Oh my gosh, Mighty Fine Pie with a nice death mark on a Guo. Guo's only level 5 as Lacombe Fit is just fed another kill. The Decimate doing so much damage. Mighty Fine Pie using the level advantage to get inside the jungle of Guo and just take him out with the help of his mid laner / top laner.
Yeah, he's got the 2 camp lead, which gave him the level lead. His mid laner had the push. Everything's really going in favor of the lanes here for Riftwalkers, which is actually exactly what they needed them to do. So they'll be pretty happy with this.
Yeah, the very aggressive Zed jungle pick paying off in dividends right now because, yeah, he's kind of taken over the game. His early tempo got that kill on Guo. Guo had to kind of look for a desperation gank on top, and then following that, we see Mighty Fine Pie get another kill as it's going to be Team Riftwalkers, I believe. Yeah, they're taking over the Grubs. Sorry, the Grubs just spawned, so
yeah,
still up for contention, but he's taking over the map.
Yeah, he is. He is on bottom side right now. I guess Whale Riders doesn't know that, because if he did, then maybe Guo could make a sneaky little single grub take just to make sure that they don't get all 3. If Zed gets a chance to reset, they're going to get all 3.
Right, yeah, it looks like Forge Whale Riders is having some struggles in this bot lane as well, as Ogmush just hit level 6 and they're getting poked out by LaChacha's Nico. Nico playing the great poke game as we see the clone go up. He tries to hit the Tangle Barbs and it hits, and Atomic Walder's just not very effective in this lane. And now we see in the top lane, Lacombe Fit, ooh, he misses the apprehend, but he has such a strong lead from playing mid lane, and now it looks like Sean's just not going to have a great time. Oh, and we see Guo actually fighting Mighty Fine Pie in his jungle. He's 2 levels down. Deathmark, it goes in. Guo uses the flash to get away from the damage as they take the Mighty Blast Plant over. Mighty Fine Pie is isolated. Sean tries to get him, but he can't really get much damage down. The Judgment doesn't hit anything as LaChacha's here. Oh, a nice Enchanted Crystal Arrow, but it's not close enough. LaChacha's taken low. Atomic Waldo's here, throwing out the time bombs. Ogmush is zoning with this volley. And it seems like it's going to be a disengage in the bot jungle, but no, I think Mighty Fine Pie still going for it. He's looking for Guo, and a flash pop blossom onto the Ashe. Ogmush taken so low. He gets hit with the Darting Shadow. Oh, but the nice Chrono Shift barely keeps him alive at the last second, and a nice Heartbreaker goes on LaChacha. He gets the reset. He's looking for Zed now. Mighty Fine Pie's isolated in a 4v1. Atomic Wall. Oh my god, he just one-shot Guo. He just one-taps him and takes the shadow out the back door. A beautiful Zed play from this jungler. He is showing why that is his best champion in the mid lane.
Yeah, I'm a little confused about the Darius lane swapping back top. I feel like he could have just kept punishing the Garen, or maybe he felt like he had gotten all he could have out of the matchup. I don't know. But regardless, Riftwalkers is definitely in the lead here. Surprising a little bit that they haven't gotten either of the objectives that are alive on the map right now, despite their obvious control over the whole map.
They have control, but I think they're just bloodthirsty. They want kills, and you know, they're delivering. So beautiful Zed play from Mighty Fine Pie, just breaking their ankles on that fight near the blue buff. Manages to one-shot Guo, who would took over the body of the Nico, and it meant that his resistances were so low from being under-leveled, and he just gets insta-killed by Mighty Fine Pie, who had so much damage.
Yeah, the Zed jungle really showing us what he can do on that pick, as he mained it in his prior role. It's clearly the skills translate a little bit, and we see them taking the Rift Herald, or sorry, the Rift Grubs, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, they're gonna get the Void Grubs. I think I believe it's a full take, so that means they're gonna get the Void Might spawn on the turret hits. Madman is doing fine. I think he's the only member of his team who's, you know, not down in gold, as Sean gets jumped on by Magician and Mighty Fine Pie. He's taking so much damage. Guo tries to back him up. Deathmark goes down and just kills the Garen. Guo's under his own turret, but he's not safe under there as Mighty Fine Pie throws up the Razor Shuriken. Just another quick kill for this mid jungle duo as Mighty Fine Pie is taking over this game on his Zed. Guo's really low. He's looking to contest. He gets the Spectral Mob, but he gets dunked on after using the Heartbreaker. LaChacha's also in the mid lane. They get the kill on Atomic Waldo as Team Riftwalkers are taking a commanding lead over the first 12 minutes of this game. Oh, Ogmush is firing back. He wants the solo Bolo onto the Senna, but she's not that weak. Gets a nice volley out. He's down a level, so he doesn't have the matching stats. He decides to back off for his own good, which was a great call as we see LaChacha moving his way down to bot lane. A great collapse from LaChacha as well to make that play happen in mid.
Yeah, and I don't think we can really overstate how important having this winning mid laner is for the game that Whale Riders
barely.
Or sorry, that Riftwalkers is having.
Oh, Brexton is getting jumped on. He gets hit with the time bomb. Guo's charging up the Spectral Maul. Gets the stun on the Nico. Nico has to pop the heal and pops the Pop Blossom. Doesn't go off fast enough. Sean flashes and gets the Demacian Justice. A nice 2 kills picked up for Forge Whale Riders as they make a fire back. Beautiful play from Atomic Waldo to get his team in position, and Guo capitalizes on it. So maybe a fight back for the Forge Whale Riders as they're taking a bit of plates bottom, but they lose a lot of plates in the mid lane.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're not just kind of rolling over and letting it happen. So that's nice. As I was trying to say before I got so rudely interrupted by more action, I think that we can't really overstate how important it is that this Darius won the lane so hard against the Garen, in allowing Zed to run into the enemy jungle whenever he wants. It just makes his life so much easier.
Yeah, the mid lane prio is definitely part of why this game has been so dominant, right, for Riftwalkers. Sean picked the Garen, I think maybe thinking it would be a great counter pick, but it seems like it hasn't worked out as Lacalma fits on his comfort Darius. He's getting jumped on by 3 people, gets hit with the stun. Ogmush is pumping out damage, but the huge Decimate just heals him for so much. He gets a Noxian Guillotine on the dunk. He just almost one-taps Ogmush on the Ashe. He just has the fully stacked passive. Ogmush is trying to kite. He can't get enough damage. One more auto attack gets the kill. He gets a shutdown, but Lacalm Lafit trades the kill in return. Atomic Waldo and Sean are now chasing down Mighty Fine Pie. Strikebreaker hit. He's silenced. The bombs are on him. Sean gets hit with the death mark. And whoa, Atomic Waldo gets jumped on. He gets the kill before Mighty... Wait, the turret...
Wait, what happened to the tower shot?
Okay, the turret barely turned around, but Madman's going for a 2v1 in the bot lane. Gets the kill on the center. They're just fighting everywhere on the map. The turret falls and Madman's now in a 2v1. Magician flashes in, gets the command shockwave to get the kill. A nice 2v1 look from the Madman as he went crazy there, but it just wasn't enough as LaChacha brings the Magician to pop out of nowhere and make him disappear.
Yeah, Zillion had already used the ult,
Oh, a
letting
flash
Zed.
actually to cancel the recall. Guel's playing this so aggressively, uses the Heartbreaker. The Dawning Shadow goes over top to keep Magician healthy. A nice stun again on to Magician. Guel just barely does not have enough damage. He's just so behind. He almost got the kill on the level 11 Orianna, but he just barely didn't have the sauce to kill her. So a great, swing back from Team Forge Whale Riders, but it just seems like every time they make a play, they're losing more on the map. That Darius almost 3v1 and came out alive.
Yeah, if he was like half a second later on casting his Q there, he would have killed all of them, I think, by himself. But as you can see, he's far, far ahead of anyone else in the game in terms of levels, in terms of his control over the map. He's really taken over.
Taking over indeed. He is now 7-1 with 139 farm. So he has the fully completed Stride Breaker, He gets a solo turret gold for himself. He is just swimming in piles of cash right now. You'd have to think he's almost at his second item as Forge Whale Riders just trying to find a way back in this game. Oh, Mighty Fine Pie, he's at the red buff. He steals it away from Guel. He just gets the full combo. He almost kills Guel without the ultimate. A nice chrono shift goes on, but the death mark onto Atomic Wall, the pop blossom goes on to 1. Gets 2, actually. The Fit is now in the fight. He gets the dunk onto Viego. 2 lives are not enough to stop from how much damage this Darius is doing as F-Word is running for the hills.
Yeah, the control over the mid lane that Darius gave Zed really is allowing them to put this Viego so far behind that they just can't even make a play on the defenseless little mid laner.
Yeah, like we said, we want to see the Viego have a chance to pop off, but he's been set so far behind, and Viego doesn't really have an escape tool to get away from the Zed full combo, right? The Shuriken's just ripping through this Viego, who's so far down.
Yeah, I don't. The thing is, none of the champs, well, most of the champs on Whale Riders do not have a fallback pattern. Like Garen's fallback pattern doesn't exist. Zillion sort of has a fallback pattern if he was playing mid, but as support, he has to be buffing his allies, and none of them are really worthy of getting buffed right now.
Indeed, I think if they had Thor's hammer, they'd fall over. I think it's Darius in this game who would be wielding Mjolnir, as well as looking at the top lane, trying to get another kill on the Fit. But I don't know how this is going to end up, considering he's so far ahead. He's taking some damage, but he fully stacks up the passive, drags Sean back in with the Aprian, and gets silence. Noxian Justice, Damacian Justice is not enough, as Sean actually gets the kill. A beautiful kite out from Sean, using the silence at the perfect time to deny the Noxian Guillotine. He uses the Damacian Justice around half HP and backs off so that the Fit cannot get the heal. So beautifully played from the two of them as Gual managed to pick that up, and it's a huge shutdown for the Viego.
Yeah, that's something. They're on the board, but the board I'm reading says 6,000 gold lead for Rift Walkers, and unfortunately, like we talked about at the beginning of the game, these two compositions are very nearly identical in what they want to do, and when that happens and one team gets really ahead, it's really hard to come back.
Right, like you said, no fallback patterns. The only way you get out of this game is beating your opponent in a straight up fist fight. So I like that Gual and the Sean managed to run it back a little bit, go for round 6, I think, against the Darius and get the second kill on the board. If they can keep maybe looking for small picks like that and clawing back the crazy gold advantage, they might have a chance back in this game.
Yeah, they do kind of seem to be crawling at this point.
Yeah, crawling at this point.
With how slowly the lead is moving, but it is getting smaller. It was 6.5 when I said it last, and now it's 5.5. So if this trend continues, maybe we can see Whale Riders come back into something with a crazy Viego team fight or something like that. I don't think it's gonna happen, with the
See,
way
Lacombe Fit
Darius is
just playing in the
playing this right
jungle.
now.
Yeah, he's just bullying Guo out of his jungle. He gets into the Rift Herald, goes for the charge. Guo and Sean are in position to punish. They can't. The shield does so much. Atomic Waldo's walking up. He uses the Shirelias, uses the Time Warp for the slow, but Lacombe Fit is just taking two of them down. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow is dodged, and the Heartbreaker goes out. The Noxian Guillotine is not enough, but the Demacian Justice is, as Viego's taking over Guo's body. A nice look from four members of Whale Riders to make that play happen. The Enchanted Crystal Arrow missed, but I mean, I guess he hit the fancy feet out of it. Oh, the Madman actually going for something. Whoa. He sees that there's two more people in the bush. A nice disengage with the Lightning Rush. But yeah, thinking it back to that top play, really nice play from Forge Whale Riders to punish the aggression on the Darius. They managed to, take him out somehow. I think the combined execute of the Demacian Justice plus the Heartbreaker managed to take him down from about half health, and there was just no chance for him to heal back up.
Yeah, the double execute really working in their favor. Darius was kind of bluffing that he had a friend there, and well, his friend was a little further away than he needed him to be at that point.
Right, and we're posturing around the Otacon. The Shape Splitter clone goes into the bush as Atomic Waldo's doing a great job scouting with these bombs. I don't think Riftwalkers want to start the Otacon right now, knowing that it's contested. So they're trying to secure
Otacon with
vision.
5 people alive. Yes.
Yeah, Otacon has been like the great equalizer, and not just our games in Prime Metal League, but all if you keep up with the LTA North previously LCS. The Otacon has just been the place where everyone throws. Oh, Deathmark into Ogmush. He's just taken so low by the combo. The barrier is nice to keep him alive.
I think he
And
might have
yeah,
died
a trade of the barrier for the Deathmark, but Mighty Fine Pie does so much damn damage, even after not hitting the shurikens.
Yeah, I think he might have died without the barrier there, just due to how much damage the execute would have done. Yeah, they're able to start the Otacon off of that.
Yep,
Kennen is top lane with TP though.
Yeah, I mean, the Madman has the TP to go in if he wants to go for a wild play, but I think Whale Riders are just going to give this one up. They don't want to try and contest, which I think it might have been their best chance to, considering Otacon shreds the resistances so much. I guess they're valuing the objective bounty much more, so the Madman takes the tier 2 top lane for that. But now that Riftwalkers have a permanent EXP buff as well as the petals.
Yeah, I think that the EXP and just the flat stats that Otacon gives you is probably worth more than that tower. That being said, you take what you can get when you're 4,500 gold behind, and that's what they thought they could get.
Like we said last game, it's going to take a bit of a miracle to get back in this. If you are on Forge Whale Riders Tattoo Potato, how do you envision yourself and your team getting back into this game? They're on item parity, actually. It's about 2 items to 2 items, so I think this is the best chance they got.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to just make some picks with the Garen Viego combo. We've seen it work on Darius, and you know what? If it works on Darius, it'll probably work on anyone else on the team, with how far ahead he is. Just that double execute could be something that works.
Yeah, I'd like to see
That's
Ogmush Ash maybe
you know,
YOLO with the Enchanted Crystal Arrow for a pick. I think that's a great
Ash ult
chance.
could help it out as
Oh
well.
my god,
we're
Mighty Fun
going...
Pie actually takes the shadow in. He chunked out Atomic Waldo already so low. The Madman's looking for Lacombe Fit. It's kind of split across the map. He gets the stun. Ogmush is firing, gets the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, but wants to back off. He gets jumped on by the Deathmark. A nice Chrono Shift keeps him alive for the second life. The Slicing Maelstrom onto many, but the Pop Blossom just hits 3 as Lacombe Fit is taking over the fight with his team. Guo and Sean are late to the party. He tries to get the Heartbreaker, but he doesn't have enough damage as he gets the shield. Sean is trying to 1v5 now. He gets 1 kill on the back end with the Demacian Justice, but he gets ripped apart by Lacombe Fit. Noxus again has taken over Demacia as we see a nice valiant effort from Forge Whale Riders, but Rift Walkers just pulled the trigger way faster.
Yeah, Zed kind of... I mean, they had the fight won there, but that was a bit of an oopsie, I think, from Mighty Fine Pie after making such a great play, getting out that Zillion ult. The problem with getting Zillion ulted in the middle of a fight is that now Nico's on top of your head, and that's not where you want to be.
Yeah, it was the Pop Blossom that kind of turned the fight around. I mean, props to the Madman. he did a really great slicing Maelstrom, but he doesn't really have the damage to break through the enemy team and one-shot them like he'd want to. Riftwalkers doesn't even have the exhaust to keep him down. It's just that he doesn't have the pure damage to bring the team fight back. And like I said earlier, Guo and Shauna are actually not in position to take that fight. Maybe if they were in there dealing the damage while the slicing Maelstrom was stunning the Riftwalkers team, it might have been a different story, but they just weren't coordinated enough. And yeah, Riftwalkers just struck first.
I think this fight could actually be something. If we fight around this dragon here, notice the summoners, due to the summoner spellbook. On Zillion, he has a summoner spellbook exhaust and heal. So that could be something that really turns the tide of this battle if Zed tries to go in for a one-shot. But it doesn't look like they're
kind of
really
zoning him by
making it.
himself as Sean is looking for Lacombe Fit. He uses the decisive strike, gets the silence. A nice stun onto Lacombe Fit. He's taking damage, but he gets healed up so much. He drags him back in. Oh my god, the Heartbreaker's not enough as he dies. Darius gets the trade kill back, and now Deathmark onto the Ashe. Ogbush is running for his life. I think he might get popped. He just gets killed. He uses the barrier. It doesn't do anything as Sean's getting killed on the back line. Atomic Wall blasted by the Dawning Shadow, and it's again a 1-for-4, and the Madman is the only person still on his team. The
the most
opponent doesn't
necessary
have Baron,
symbol,
but
I
they're
think.
still knocking down the base as Mighty Fine Pie chunks him out again with the shadows and the shurikens.
Yeah, that was a very necessary Senna ult there to secure the kill. And I think there's not a lot of hope left in this game for Whale Riders. Maybe maybe Darius disconnects. Maybe he tries to go 1v3 a few more times.
We have to hope for an absolute miracle. And I mean, I would ask Whale Riders to buy some anti-heal, but they don't really have the budget to purchase a luxury item like that to get the Grievous wound. So every time they jump on Lacombe Fit, he at least takes one person down or someone so low that Riftwalkers win the fight after. And we haven't talked about it much, but the bottom lane on Riftwalkers is performing. We see that LaChacha's getting some great pop blossoms. He's zoned out. Oh my god, it's just a pick. Atomic Waldo has to pop the chrono shift early. He tried to face check into 3, and now he's gonna die for a nice flash over the wall. He time shifts himself to get away with the movement speed. Lacombe Fit's just running at them though. I think that might be the clone actually, so oh, no, that is him. That's just him with Jack Show activated. So, yeah, they just cannot kill this Darius, and they let Lacombe Fit, it seems, get his best champion again, and he's taken over.
Yeah. Now that he's got that Sterix gauge as well, it's just way too strong to take down.
Yeah, oh, and Mighty Fine Pie gets the secure on the Baron. A nice steal attempt from Guo. I mean, you can't really go for anything else with your
you gotta
team
go
so
for that.
far behind, but it's not going to do it for them. They try to get the bounty in mid lane, but they just get ran down. Mighty Fine Pie does so much damage. He doesn't even need to use the death mark on the Ashe. Madman has to flash away. He uses the lightning rush away. Mighty Fine Pie maybe can't catch up to him, but he has the speed boost. He has the movement speed. Oh, nice Zhonya's from the Madman, but he still gets killed by the back end of the Shuriken. Mighty Fine Pie is just styling on them as he has a Mighty Fine Zed as well. It's just domination from the solo lanes and the jungler for Riftwalkers. Oh, and
Yeah, and
maybe
they're walking it into the base now.
yeah, I think they might be trying to end the game here. Lacombe Fit's just solo diving the turret, gets the Noxian Guillotine onto 2. There is no chrono shift to save you guys, as Lacombe Fit is inevitable. He is not purple, but he might as well be Thanos the way that he just took over this game, as we see a dominating victory from Riftwalkers in their second victory of the Prime Meta League, continuing their win streak, and Forge Whale Riders failing to be able to fight back.
Wow. Yeah. Not a lot to say about the end of that game. It felt like it was kind of decided after the second or third time that